It is Super Tuesday, 14 states and more than 1,300 delegates up for grabs, including the motherlode right here in California. Welcome to the historic nature of Joe Biden going from 5th place in Iowa and New Hampshire to now an extraordinary night tonight.
Well, 10 or 11 days ago, Joe Biden's campaign was roadkill. 4 days ago, it was barely breathing. The win that he achieved in South Carolina, which keyed his tremendous victory tonight, may be, Elex, the most transformative primary victory in modern political history.
Obama. Where is he in all this, Mo? What do you think?
Well, I think behind the scenes, he's directly with Joe Biden. I think that was part of the phone call to Pete Buttigieg and some of the other center candidates. Absolutely.
They deny that.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And he's publicly not going to do anything because he's not going to put his thumb on the scale.
My own analysis here, if you'll give me the chance. I think that the Democratic Party and the top people in the Obama wing of the Democratic Party thought that if Bernie Sanders went into the convention with the most delegates and he didn't become the nominee, it would be a disaster. A complete civil war in the party. Milwaukee would be ugly in the streets. And then they made the determination that we need to get behind Joe Biden right now, because if he goes through Super Tuesday and Bernie Sanders rolls through Super Tuesday, they would never be able to stop that train. And I think that's what we saw in terms of the consolidation. Michael Bloomberg spent over $500 million on this campaign so far. His only win is American Samoa. By the way, the GDP of American Samoa, $658 million. So he could have almost bought the entire area. So, I mean, is he out? Are we done? Is the Bloomberg campaign over?
Well, Elex, as you know, as goes American Samoa, so goes Guam. So this is not yet necessarily over for Michael Bloomberg.
So we were all waiting to hear Mike Bloomberg in a debate. What if he had done really well in that debate?
Well, I think that could have actually been a game changer, but he didn't just do not that well. I think he did like really badly and then left a bad taste in your mouth for a long time. What we've seen from self-funded candidates most of the time is that they don't do well.
At that point, you know, Bernie Sanders is doing something historic with this race in terms of what he's doing in terms of small online donations. And there's something to be said about, well, if I give you $1 for your campaign, all of a sudden I'm invested in your campaign. Bernie Sanders giving $5, $27, and all of a sudden they feel like they're a part of the revolution.
It's the same reason that you want to, candidates say, you know, shake my hand, and they grab the rope line, because once you touch a candidate, you feel some connection to them. Once you give even $1, I mean, it costs more to park in West LA than it does to make a donation to Bernie Sanders.
The Biden campaign would say, okay, we may lose some of those Bernie Sanders young people who may not show up anyways. But what we do get is these moderate Republicans or moderate Democrats who kind of like the economy but don't like President Trump. They don't like the tweets, and they just want somebody safe that they could feel comfortable with. Is that a real thing?
And that is the essence of the Biden message, and it has been from the very beginning, in which he says, hey, let's just get back to normal. We've got a long way to go. This is a big, big night for Joe Biden. But nothing's over. It won't be anytime soon.
March, right?
And Mo, Bernie Sanders likes to talk about that the establishment is against us on both the right and the left. It certainly seems that the establishment is against him. How is this going to play out, Sanders versus Biden?
Well, it depends on the narrative. I'm quite sure it's going to be a rallying cry where he can go to his supporters and say, see, they are united against us. We must unite against them, be it Republicans or the establishment wing of the Democratic Party.
So I really think that this will coalesce. If we had this conversation a week from now, I think it is just Sanders and Biden.